Okay, so we are discussing EOQ now. We are discussing EOQ. As I mentioned, EOQ stands for Economic Order Quantity. It is actually the quantity which will be utilized in optimizing or minimizing your costs. With respect to materials management, there are two types of costs. What are the two types? One of them is ordering cost, the other one is carrying cost. So ordering cost is generally expressed as cost per order and carrying cost per unit. That's how we express it when we are doing the EOQ. So in this example, the EOQ comes out to be the root of 2 into annual requirement, which is 20,000, into ordering cost, which is 2,000 per order, divided by carrying cost, which is 12 into 25%, which comes to 5163.98. Now don't get perplexed, it's mathematical. Obviously, in real life, we would take this as 5164 units. Now, if we were to use the EOQ, what is the ordering cost that that will be there if you are, so basically remember, when the inventory reaches the reorder level, that's the time to order another set, another lot. So we are assuming that we will order the EOQ, which is economic order quantity, which is 5164 units. So the ordering cost in such a case or such a lot size will be what? It will be, so if I have 20,000 as my requirement, let me put down my annual requirement here, which is 20,000. And your cost per order, which is ordering cost, is 2,000. And your carrying cost is 12 into 25%, which is 3. So your ordering cost, you need 20,000 units in a year. In one shot, we are ordering 5163.98, which means approximately 4 orders a year. And per order, our cost is 2,000. So our ordering cost becomes 7746. If I want to, don't need to express it in decimals actually. You can change it to round it off. So 7746. Now carrying cost, as I mentioned, you take the half of the quantity, because neither we go with maximum nor minimum. We take the average. So half of your quantity into your carrying cost per unit, which also comes to the same value. Can you see? It's exactly the same. So your total cost therefore becomes 7746 plus 7746, which is 15,492. Now please remember, this is your total cost. Okay. Now let's say that, and obviously this is when we are following EOQ model, which is the balanced model, I would say, a balanced working capital policy. So I'm going to write here EOQ, which is balanced. And now we will repeat the exercise for, remember, what is conservative working capital policy? So you always overstock. You don't want your production processes to stop. You don't want to see your customers going back saying that we don't have stuff to sell. So we always overstock. Conservative means we are overstocking. So we order more units at a time. So if I go for the conservative policy, I'm ordering how many? 10,000 units at once. Okay. So what will be my ordering cost? Obviously, I will have less. If you increase the lot size, your number of orders will come down. So it will be how much? 20,000 by 10,000, which is just 2 orders in a year. And every order is going to cost you 2,000. So that makes it 4,000 rupees of ordering cost. So you see you can see a reduction in your ordering cost as you're moving towards a conservative working capital policy. But then the flip side is you're storing more. So you'll have more storage cost, more theft, more pilferage. So your carrying cost is going to increase. Will that be, how much will it be? Half of your quantity, yes, very good, into the carrying cost per unit. So that makes it 15. So now you'll see that your total cost becomes how much? It becomes 19,000 rupees. In case of a conservative working capital policy. In case of an aggressive working capital policy, we don't overspend. Rather, we keep our costs to be minimal. We don't want to compromise on our profitability. So here I have kept the aggressive policy as 2,500 units. So now you need more orders. So your order costs are going to increase, right? So 20,000 you need in one lot, you are taking 2,500. So 8 orders multiplied by 2,000 per order. So that's 16,000. Carrying cost will be half of 2,500 into 3. So it comes down. Carrying cost comes down because you're storing less at any point in time. Now tell me which is the least between these three. Which is the least? EOQ has the least amount of cost. If you go for EOQ, you have 15,492 as your total cost. If you go with conservative policy, you have 19,000 as total cost. If you go for aggressive policy, you have 19,750 as your cost. So which is the best policy to adopt? EOQ, economic order quantity. Now you understand why, right? So now what I will do is also explain this by a graph. So let's say I'm doing something which is Excel based. So you don't need to know this in Excel because I mean, it's going to be pen and paper, but still I'm showing you something which is called as sensitivity analysis. So I'm going to change my lot size between, let's say I want to keep it between 1,000 and 20,000. Okay. I'm going to increase my lot size from 1,000 to 20,000. So I create a column for that. So 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 like that up to 20,000. Okay. Now, order quantity is what? Order quantity is basically, order cost would be, there is a functionality in Excel which is called as the data table functionality. It helps you to do some kind of sensitivity test. I just established the input-output relationship and Excel does everything else. So here, what's my input? My input is my lot size. Okay. What is my output? My output is my order cost. Similarly, I can plot carrying cost. This is my output, carrying cost. Similarly, I can plot total cost. So this is my output, total cost. So what I have done now is in the first row, I have actually plotted the base case, which establishes the input-output relationship between the variables. So there's no need to calculate. Excel will do it for us. So all I need to do now is I'll just select this like this, go to data. What if usse pehle I'll do one more thing. Since our EOQ is 5,163 units, you remember? So that I will paste here. That value I will paste here. So that I really want to see if my costs are lowest at that point or not. उसको टेस्ट करने के लिए मैंने क्या किया? I put that cell here. And now I'll populate the data table. I just select the entire thing. Pay attention, don't miss this. Data, what if analysis, data table. Now my inputs, which are the lot sizes, are in a column. So I go to the column input cell and I link it to the input. जहां से मतलब जहां पे इनपुट चेंज होगा तो सारी वैल्यूज अपने आप चेंज हो जाएंगी. वहां पे I will input and I press OK. The moment you do that, you will see all your costs have got populated in one click. And now you can see a graph also, and you will see where is it minimum. Ye dekho. Just look at your cost coming down from 41,500, 23. So this is the range where your cost comes down, 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 down. Right? Yes. And here it is minimum. This is your minimum. This is your minimum, right? and यहाँ पे see it again starts increasing. So my total cost also follows that curve. Your cost starts coming down, reaches the minimum point, and then starts increasing. So if I plot this on a graph here, the total cost. So I'll plot this on a graph. So I'll just take the order quantity. In fact, I should take both and put a scatter. So insert recommended charts. I'll take the scatter diagram. Now look here. This is my ordering cost. What are you seeing? As your order quantities are increasing, your ordering cost is coming down, which means as you're moving towards a conservative policy, your ordering costs start coming down. You can also add carrying will increase. Correct. So if I can add this on the same data set. So I go here, I just name the change of this, I just change the name of the series to OC. OC stands for ordering cost, and I add another series, I call it CC. CC stands for carrying cost, and यहाँ पे I just change my Y values, which is nothing but my carrying cost. I just take these values and I press OK. Now you will see that should come. 1 minute, don't worry. Maybe it is. And if I take the total cost also, select data. No, I didn't. Probably I have not taken the. I haven't. I put it on the x-axis. I think that's why. So again, I'll reset it. Select data. I don't change the x value. So this is series name is OC. And I add another series. I call it as CC, and I take both x values. I take the lot sizes. I think I didn't take that last time. And Y values, I take the carrying cost, which is here. Y values, I take the carrying cost, which is here. And I press OK. Now I should see the carrying. See, can you see the line here? This is the carrying cost line, which means as I'm increasing my quantity size, my carrying cost is also going up. दिख रहा है आपको? So this is like a linear relationship. I can also plot my total cost. On the same graph, I go here and select the data. And यहाँ पे add another series, called it as TC, which is standing for total cost. X values, again take the lot size. Very good. And Y values, just plot your total cost. Excellent. So यहाँ जाके I'm going to put my total cost and I press OK. And now you will see the graph for total cost also. Comes like this. And you can also, you can beautify your chart if you want to. Excel gives you that option also. You can make it look more attractive. So यहाँ पे बहुत सारे chart designs हैं. You can choose any chart design you want. You can choose something like this. So automatically it will give you. Okay, and और भी है. You can also add a legend here, which will give you an. वो आपको नामकरण करके देगा. Legend will do a नामकरण. So it tells you that the blue line is ordering cost, the orange line is carrying cost, and the gray line is your total cost. And this point where your ordering cost intersects your carrying cost, that is your EOQ. You remember EOQ में दोनों same था, ordering cost and carrying cost दोनों same था. ये देखो इधर, this is same in case of EOQ. So this point you see 5,1, it's just after 5,000. Can you see that? So this 5, यहाँ पे आप अगर आप क्लिक करोगे ना तो वो आपको exact बताएगा 5164. ये देखो इधर. If you go and put your cursor, it will show you 51647746. So 5164 is your economic order quantity and 7746 is your ordering and carrying cost. Same. So that's why at economic order quantity, you will see that your uh, at that, yeah, ordering cost will always be equal to carrying cost. At economic order quantity, ordering cost will always be equal to carrying cost. So this was a sneak peek into EOQ, and also uh, also Excel, right? Chalo, good. I'm recording this and I'm stopping the recording.